The function of journalism in a democracy is to empower the citizens by helping them understand their surroundings so they can make informed decisions. In the age of globalization, the professional responsibility includes knowledge about the world by interpreting global events in the local contexts. Brexit, Donald Trump, Panama Papers, and now the Paradise Papers fall into the latter category of global events that need to be understood both in the local context as well as their global impact. The global impact has become important, since the world is shrinking because of technological revolution, especially in the field of communication, and there is also the spread of neoliberal economies that have no flags and no borders. Bernie Sanders explains the global impact of the Paradise Papers in his interview with The Guardian in the following words: "The major issue of our time is the rapid movement toward international oligarchy in which a handful of billionaires own and control a significant part of the global economy. The Paradise Papers shows how these billionaires and multinational corporations get richer by hiding their wealth and profits and avoid paying their fair share of taxes." There are also a handful of Pakistani names in the list of the papers. The difference between the Panama and Paradise Papers is that of legitimacy. The leading legal firm involved, Appleby, claims that it is not involved in money laundering. It rather advises its clients to save on taxes through offering legitimate options. This makes the money legitimate, though it is morally questionable. The moral aspect of the whole process shows the weakness of the global financial system. It calls for more transparency and more regulations to avoid the wealth of nations slip into black holes of individual caprice. Two factors should be kept in mind while dealing with issues of global impact. 1. Proper perspective and analysis after getting the full picture of the problem. Secondly, and most importantly, both the local and national agenda should not be ignored. The Panama Papers, on the other hand, show the legal problem and fall into the obvious category of corruption. The glaring question of legitimacy confronts governments and individuals around the globe. Those who could justify their wealth in the Panama Papers are safe, while those who couldn't give justifiable means of their wealth have either left public offices, if they had any, or are trying to get away with it through politicking on the issue. Pakistan might be the only country in the latter category. Another obvious difference is that of global impact. As Bernie Sanders pithily summed up, the Paradise Papers represent a global oligarchy of neoliberalism. It is about control through arm-twisting the global financial system. It is the higher league of financial control. Panama Papers, on the other hand, are more of local national money laundering through means that are not accepted as legitimate within the boundaries of any nation-state. Pakistani media has not taken up the issue as such. Mostly, it was treated a local rebuttal to the Panama Papers or a continuation thereof. Responsible, professional and even commercial journalism in a global market never allows to deal with issues in such obscurity. Two main factors should be kept in mind while dealing with issues of global impact. 1. Proper perspective and analysis after getting the full picture of the problem. Secondly, and most importantly, the local national agenda should not be ignored. Is this the most important issue of the day? A country mired into all sorts of problems has too many pressing priorities to deal with as themes of the day. We have to understand the fact that the time and space on the media, all media, belong to the audience. One needs to have the interest of the audience in front of them. Not that of a narrow vested interest, nor that of an advertiser, or an ideology, whatsoever. It is irresponsible to create sensation out of each and every happening. Sensation might be the icing on the cake, but it can't be the whole pie. One needs proper content to discuss events. The usual experts on different TV channels could not have an answer to all the questions around the world. Balancing sensation with facts is the art of commercial journalism. One has to be apt enough to deal with the challenges of global journalism, before getting into any analysis of an event. And more importantly, one has to ensure that there is a useful takeaway for the audience. Serving vested interest, ideologies, or money would ultimately harm the very profession that has offered many fame and prestige, besides financial opportunity. Meeting global events halfway by discussing the issues without any proper knowledge and understanding is a breach of audience trust. Informed decision-making in both global and national issues is the right of a democratic citizenry and the duty of professional journalism. The sooner journalism in this country understands the real social value of the profession in a global playing field, the better. We cannot go on dealing with serious topics in amateur playfulness. Journalism is a serious social responsibility. Every event is not spot news. Haste might kill the very spirit of the profession. We should avoid being self-indulgent murderers of our own livelihood. The writer holds a PhD from the Institute of KMW, University of Leipzig, Germany. He has had a long career as a working journalist and trainer. Currently, he is professor of journalism at the University of Peshawar. Published in Daily Times, November 14, 2017.